Today I'm going to talk about purchasing tickets, especially for the international travels. What are the tricks to get cheaper, affordable tickets? How can you be able to get good deals when you want to travel international? Whether you are traveling from any country in Africa, going to Europe, any country from Africa, coming to America, from America, going to Europe, from America, going to Africa, going to Asia. How are you going to find deals? In other words, what are the factors influencing the price of tickets? So if you know these factors, what are the tricks to go and find the ways on how to get affordable tickets? I'm going to talk this one, apart from reading about all these kind of ways, myself, apart from the pandemic, for my work, I travel a lot. I travel 3 to 5 times a year international. So for that particular case, I have a very good understanding about how the travels are. Because if I can travel 3, 5 times going to different countries around the world for work, meaning I purchase all those tickets. We are not just, okay, they don't say, okay, go and get any ticket. Each person, you purchase the ticket, you find the good deals, connection, what type of airline, all those kind of things. So I believe this video will be able to help many people and figure out what are you going to do about the factors influencing the price of your airline tickets. So, obviously, the oil is the one determining or helping flights to fly from one country to another. So the price of the oil will determine the price of the ticket. And it's no brainer that during the summertime, apart from other reasons for why tickets in the summer are high, one among other reasons, during the summer, the price of gas or oil is going up. So for that particular reason, the price of tickets, they go up too. But also during the summer, because many people, when you're talking summer, I'm talking about Europe and Africa, I mean in the US or Western countries, during the summertime, many people are having the opportunity to travel international because of kids are having time off. That means people can take a vacation as a family. So that is number one reason why there are so many travelers during the summertime compared to the other time of the year. So I'll come to that. So if you want to purchase the ticket, meaning you have to find out what season do you want to travel. For instance, by saying the summertime is more expensive, just average between May, or end of May, whatever, up to August, the price of the ticket are high. So if you want to travel around that time, you will pay more. For instance, if I want to travel, I travel between, if I travel April and I travel in June, price in April will be cheaper than in June because June will be in the middle of the summer. So that's something you need to consider. Number 2, distance. Where are you going? Let's say you are from East Africa or you are in the US. You want to go to East Africa. The distance, we know how big it is. So the distance will determine the flight from East Africa to US will be different from West Africa to US because the distance wise. And then if you are coming to America, depends which part of America are you coming. If you are coming in the East Coast, meaning, and you're coming from Africa, for instance, obviously that will be a shorter distance than if you're going to Washington, Seattle, or you're going to Oregon, you are going to California, you are going to Arizona, because the distance is high. Because you have to fly over all these states in the middle to go to New York, then you go to overseas. But if you come from overseas, especially in Eastern Africa, I'll give you an example, and you just come from that area, you can arrive in East Coast, it will be shorter distance. So that is something also you need to understand the distance-wise in that particular reason. Then another factor will be able to determine from the day you purchase the ticket until the day you travel, how many days are in between. If you have fewer days, let's say you purchase the ticket today, you are traveling 3 weeks to come, or you're traveling 1 week to come international, the flight will be more expensive. But if, let's say, you want to travel during the winter, and between from now and during the winter time, let's say I want to travel in November, if I purchase the ticket now, I have 5 months in between, or 6 months in between. That means I will be having a very good deals. I have more options and I'll have better deals than if I purchase within a limited time. Again, which day of the week do you purchase the ticket, and which day of the day of the week do you travel? The airline companies publish new prices every Tuesday and from 3 Eastern time, 3 p.m. So if you want to purchase, get good deals, most of the good deals are after Tuesday. That's when the new price comes and they start competing to put the goodie price matching with this one and all other kind of things. And I came to realize some of the trick recently I've been using. They say sometimes when you are going to purchase the ticket, because while you are doing searching, they detect your location. So let's say if you are going to purchase the ticket from US to another country, the ticket might be a little bit expensive because they know your location. They can start creating the deals for you, okay? But sometimes they say try to go and search the flight tickets using the incognito browser. That will be able to help sometimes to get good deals. Some people, they say you can use the VPN and put you in another country, a poor country. That means sometimes the deals will be different. So if you put your searching the ticket, you are from Tanzania, online will be different from if you are searching you are from US. So I haven't used the VPN to see the much of the difference, but I've used the incognito. Yes, there is a little bit sometimes the difference, not much of the big, but anything is good if you want to do that. And another thing you have to consider is about the company, the nature of the company. Which company are you flying with? If you're flying with mostly Western flights, their price will be different. What I mean by Western, I mean like KLM, which I partner with Delta, United Airlines in the United States partner with Swiss Air for Zurich, or Air Canada is partnering with something. Then there are Middle Eastern flights. For instance, there is Qatar Airline partnering with the American Airline. For instance, there is Etihad. There is there are so many flights, Turkish, there is Emirates. So there are so many flights. So you need to consider which flights. So there are sometimes the Western flights, they are so reluctant to have better deals sometimes, but not all. So it depends which flight you want to go, which airport are you going through. All those will be able to determine the price. So for instance, even when you are coming to America, which connection do you prefer to go through also can be able to determine the price. And sometimes the airline can change the price based on the available seats. So for instance, they have almost half of the flight, but some people in the middle seat, most of people don't like to sit in the middle seat, and there are so many middle seats available. Sometimes the airline, they go to lower down the price because when they know by default when you go to look for the available seats, you'll get into the middle. So that is sometimes they do that way. So with all those kind of things, you need to be smarter to do a better way to get these kind of flights, the good deals. I'll give you the example one time. So in 2019, my family wanted to do the vacation to go to Tanzania. And in order to do so, we had to find how much would it cost because we are 5. So 5 people, if we go on the normal time during the summer, the flight ticket will be at least, the cheapest one will be 1,500 times 5 people. Or it can be 2,000 ticket. So if 2,000, we're talking about 10,000, or the cheapest will be 8,000 maybe. So with that, how are we able to afford? It's very difficult. We cannot do that vacation. So what I did was, in the month of September, going to October, which is the summer, fall is ending, we are starting going to the winter, I purchased the ticket for 7 months later to travel. I purchased it on the month of September to travel in May. So there are almost more than 7-8 months to travel later. The ticket I purchased was a $600 flight ticket international from Kansas City to Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. $600. And that was go and return flight ticket. And that deal was with the United Airlines, which they partner with the Swiss Air, and the same deal had with the they had with the KLM, which they partner with Delta Airlines. But I chose to go with the United because on Delta they had like you have to, when you go to Amsterdam coming back, you have to have longer layover than when I was coming through with the Zurich United or Swiss Air partner with United. It will be cheaper that way. So you see, I did it smarter way, but in a normal way. So for the 5 people, I paid like $2,500 minimum for 5 people to fly international. So for instance, now I'm starting thinking, if next year I have to travel as a family, so I'll do the same thing. I might purchase a ticket maybe 8 months, 10 months before. So I've started looking around if I want to travel maybe in June or August next year. When should I purchase the ticket? That is one of the ways. So let's find deals in that way. But another thing which is able to help, there is another website which they can compare many flights. There is one which is you have to subscribe. It's called Scott's Deals, something like that. So when you use that one, you can use the trial version, like they give you 1 week to try before you start paying. You can start looking for the deals. They have so many deals, but unfortunately, the good deals you might not have maybe from your own. For instance, if right now I purchase a ticket from Kansas City to go to Dar es Salaam or to go to Kenya, it goes to 1,200 or 1,500 most of the flight. But if I decide, let me go to purchase a ticket from Chicago, which is in Illinois, to Tanzania, I can purchase maybe for 800 or 700. So if I do that, that means I can either, even just without stress, I can get into the train, pay $40 from Kansas City to Chicago, and from there go to the, or I can get into the bus, or you can drive if you want. But if you don't want to have stress of driving, you can get into the bus, Greyhound bus, you can get into the train. Your hours, whatever, it took a couple hours, whatever, 6, 7, 8 hours, I don't know how many hours, but you arrive there, then you can fly international. When you come, you can use it again in $40, you can come back. So sometimes you can go to the nearby airport, you can do the same. For instance, I did the same thing. If you're in California, instead of flying from San Diego, yes, it is international airport, but the flight will have the $300 difference if you fly from LAX, which is the biggest international airport. So you just would do, you are from San Diego, you will just, instead of there, you get the Amtrak, you just go to LA, which is like $25. Or if you drive, it's just like, I don't know, 2 hours. You're in LA, 2.5 hours, whatever. So those are some of the tricks you're going to be able to use. So if you have won the DV lottery and you want to come to America, obviously there is no need to buy, go and return. You can buy one way to find a more affordable way. That will be another way you can be able to consider. So I hope this is some of the tricks will be able to help you. So thank you so much. Enjoy. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Goodbye. This is EBM.